The Jewish story. This week's story from the Holocaust is taken from the book The Chosen, The History of an Idea and the Anatomy of an Obsession, written by Avi Becker. The concept of Germany the Chosen had already been popular in the 19th century. During that period, German scholars such as Jan Arndt, van Trischka, Bernhardi preached the superiority of the German race and laid the framework for Hitler's theories. Romantic philosopher Johann Fichte spoke of the Germans as the primal people who only needed a Zwinger, a compelling leader, to mold them into what they essentially were. While Friedrich Lange, the early Austrian film director, wrote, "The German people are the elect of God, and its enemies are the enemies of the Lord." Nietzsche provides us with a typical admixture of admiration and hatred in his portrayal of the Jews. Every people and person has his unpleasant, yes, even dangerous traits. It is cruel to demand that the Jews be an exception. Perhaps their traits are particularly unpleasant and dangerous. Perhaps the young Jewish petty speculator is the most repellent invention of humanity. But I should like to know what the final balance sheet would be for this people, that not without the guilt of all of us has the most unhappy history of all peoples, and to whom we owe the most noble of men, Christ, the purest sage, Spinoza, the most powerful book, and the most effective moral law in the world. But Nietzsche's complex message was distorted by Germans at large, who in the racist and anti-Semitic atmosphere created by National Socialism selectively singled out what they wanted most to hear. To a large extent, German anti-Semitism was driven by this struggle with the Jews in the 19th century, reaching its heights in the notorious Berlin anti-Semitic disputes. Jews were accused of fabricating the Old Testament in order to portray themselves as the chosen people, and continuing to evolve into the disasters of the following century. In the 19th century, some anti-Semites had spoken of a possible German-Jewish symbiosis. The concept of symbiosis, a particular and reciprocal relationship between Germans and Jews, even entered the Nazi era and Hitler himself. In a book published in 1939 entitled Conversations with Hitler, Hermann Rauschning, a Nazi politician who broke with the Führer and fled to Switzerland, reports Hitler's observation that the Jew is evil incarnate. He has made a myth out of the Jew and has made capital out of it. Israel, which according to Hitler is the historic people of the spiritual God, cannot but be the irreconcilable enemy of the new German chosen people. One of Hitler's comments quoted in the book reads, "The Jew is always within us, yet it is easier to battle him as flesh and blood rather than an invisible demon. Has it not struck you how the Jew is the exact opposite of the German in every respect, and yet is as closely akin to him as a blood brother?" After testifying how impressed he is with the protocols of the Elders of Zion, that the Germans must copy it in our own way, of course, Hitler throws the doomsday bomb. There cannot be two chosen people. We are God's choice. The passages from Mein Kampf and other quotes from Hitler provide the most explosive and awesome reflection on the Holocaust as part of the struggle with the chosen. In history's long view, the final solution of the Jewish question can be seen as the climatic event of a conflict the Nazi Führer summed up so succinctly: there cannot be two chosen people. Please pass on these words.